What's happening, guys? Alex here in the north end of downtown Toronto, Ontario, at the intersection of Bay Street and Bloor Street West here in the Yorkville neighborhood. And of course, Yorkville is known for its upscale, high-end shops, restaurants, designers like Italy and Gucci, Holt Renfrew, all that stuff. There's the Royal Ontario Museum down there. I think the first floor of the museum is free. But anyway, I just got off the subway at Bloor Yonge Station. I actually walked here under the ground for the kind of dying Cumberland Terrace underground shopping mall. It's not the path though. It's basically an underground shopping mall with connecting with like the Holt Renfrew Center, Manulife Center, Hudson's Bay Center. And I've been out for like 2 hours now because Rogers is down nationwide, and you know we all rely on the internet these days very recently, and this is why I hate using Rogers. It's shit, basically. So I wasn't sure what to do today. I was gonna go to Pickering, but then just changed my mind because I think going on a transit adventure would be better. So that's what I did. I took the 996 Wilson Express to Humber College and down to Rexdale Boulevard. I refilmed a walking video along Rexdale because the original take it wasn't saved because of a malfunction. So I successfully took it, and then I took the bus down to Kipling Station, and then I took the subway all the way here. So this wasn't even planned. So here I am going to do a spurt of more walking video down Bay Street here in downtown. I haven't done a video down Bay in a while. And I'm going to see where this will take me to. Yeah, it's a Friday morning. Pretty lively out here because, you know, typical on the summer's day. What are we today? I think it's Friday, July 8th, 2022. A week after Canada Day. Here's Charles Street West. There's one of the best Japanese restaurants my parents have been to, the Okinomi House. I'm not a fan of sushi, but you know, it's my preference. And Bay Street, really, it's parallel to Yonge Street, just one block to the east of here. And of course, you know, Bay Street cuts down through the heart of the financial district. Of course, the financial core is the largest. It's basically the largest financial core here in Canada. Of course, we have the tallest towers in the country as well, and of course, the head offices of the big banks here like BMO, TD, Scotiabank. So many of them, eh? And you're probably visiting here, taking a walk down Bay Street. This may give you some New York City vibes because look at how the street is, and then we're gonna be passing by pretty much a canyon of skyscrapers. You know, new condos that are being built and all that stuff. There's the 19 Bay bus. I've been on it like a couple of times. I could film a bus ride on it too, but I'll say that for another day. Again, you know, we're in a really big city, so there's so much to do, you know? Especially for me, you know, being a content creator and YouTuber, lots of areas that I want to explore, check out, and that's what I'm going to be doing this whole summer. So there's Yonge Street over there, as we're crossing St. Mary Street. Oh man, Roger's gotta get your fucking shit together, man. I successfully posted or published a bus ride this morning that's probably gonna get low views because most of y'all are gonna be on like Rogers and all that stuff. You know something? The Rogers headquarters, or at least the head office tower, it's not too far from here at Bloor and Jarvis. I could have took Charles all the way there, but nope. Look at that, there's the London Underground Roundel. Of course, this is a Firkin pub. It's British, as you guys can tell. Here's Irwin Avenue. So basically, the neighborhood we're in is called Bay Clover Hill, according to the street sign there. There's a parking enforcement officer walking ahead of me. Of course, they're still advertising about the new downtown IKEA that opened up back in May, just around the corner from here. Everything here in downtown Toronto is basically walking distance. Although some may prefer to take the subway to get around because, you know, we're also like in the middle between the east and western sides of Line 1 Yonge University because they go in a U shape, with Union being the bottom of the vista, or the U shape. St. Joseph Street. So yeah, I don't know when the hell Roger's gonna fix all this shit. Get yourselves together, man. Here's Wellesley Street coming up. I want to see if I can make it all the way down to Front Street. My battery, the battery for this camera is at 2 bars, so because I forgot to charge it while I was on the bus. I remember seeing some white scaffolding on this building here. This is the first time I'm seeing it unraveled. And it still has like typical construction scaffolding. These have like white wraps all over it. And they've already uncovered it here. And to pronounce it, it's Wellesley. But with the spelling, or if you look at the street sign, you may think it as Wellesley, but nope, it is Wellesley. Part of it is silent. Wellesley Station is just down the street from here. Next, we should reach College Street. There's a possibility sometime this month I may do a video with one of my best friends. You know, I mean, I have friends, but you know, haven't really been hanging out too much with them. So before my friend moves to the United States for university, we might go up to Markham, because that's where my friend lives, and shoot a few videos together. Because, you know, as you guys probably know, I am not familiar with Markham, that area, so Leanne's gonna give me a tour of Unionville and Markville, of course. So hopefully this month, hopefully. So it should definitely be fun. Of course, I want to get more people in one of my videos, especially my cousins and a few friends that I'm comfortable doing videos with. Here is Grosvenor Street, although there's always been some talk about the pronunciation, if it's Grosvenor or some other thing. Well, anyway, the correct pronunciation is Grosvenor. The S is silent, of course. I can't make this light, guys. There's Granville Street and the Metropolitan Toronto Police Headquarters. Look at this bullshit. Wait till everybody has finished crossing the road, man. My God. Drivers, man, in Toronto, they become more aggressive. I've been encountering a lot of them lately, man. So now, onward down to, I think, King Street, or Dundas. Yes, Dundas. There's streetcar tracks here because they connect between the other lines. Of course, there's a streetcar on Bay Street, obviously out of service. Oh, 505 Dundas, off route. So you know what? The streetcar system, to me, it's kind of complicated now because part of it's being served by buses. I know they recently resumed service to Broadview Station, but on Queen Street, it's still a lot of work. There's a look to the west, along College, with a lone TTC streetcar. It flucks the outlook. Unless the 505 is short turning around here. Anyway, here is College Park. Of course, to the east of here is the IKEA, the pretty much struggling Aura shops. The Aura Towers is actually the tallest residential tower in Canada. But of course, that's going to be surpassed by One Bloor West. 777 Bay Street. Oh, I forgot to mention, back in 2019, my mom applied for a job right here in this building. It's a fertility clinic. But after one day at the job, she just quit. Pretty funny story, I should say. I don't know if I'm going to stay on the entirety of the east side. There's a non-service streetcar coming up. See, Bay Street is probably giving y'all some New York vibes, even though I've never been there myself, but I've definitely seen a whole lot of videos and pictures. New York City has a huge financial district surrounded by a whole lot of skyscrapers, and we are just about growing as much. Our skyline is very interesting too. One of the best skylines in North America, along with Chicago and obviously New York City. Where else in North America has a great skyline? Gerrard Street's coming up. Man, I need to get a drink of water. I mean, I'm not dehydrated. I forgot to bring a bottle with me, man. Meet in Toronto's cultural heart, downtown Yonge, of course. As just mentioned, Yonge Street is just one block east of here. And that's where they have all the action. All the action, let me tell you. So this is looking south here. So we started at Bloor Street, now we're here. I'm gonna end this either at King or Front. I'm not too sure about that. I've also wanted to do a walking video along Wellington Street, but I'll probably save that for afternoon rush hour. Not today, though. Another street here. Yeah, I think the 505 is short turning around here. It's off route. Our streetcars are actually pretty good ways to see the city, you know, downtown and even the older parts of Toronto. There's the famous Chelsea Hotel, built in the 1970s. We used to have old iconic Canadian light rail vehicle streetcars, and articulated light rail streetcars built by Hawker Siddeley, which was a Canadian company that also built our old subway trains called the part of the H series. I miss those old iconic streetcars. You guys grew up in Toronto, y'all should remember them, as well as the PCC streetcars as well. And it's been like almost 8 years since we had our Bombardier streetcars in service. They're very sleek, very efficient. But again, we have like the only modern streetcar system in North America. I know there's trolleys in Philadelphia, well they call the subway surface, but it's not even identical to what we have here. Of course, Toronto used to be littered with streetcar lines all over the city. And then in the 1960s, because of the expanding subway system, the City of Toronto and the Toronto Transit Commission decided to abolish pretty much all of the streetcar network, but they decided to keep the main lines like on King, College, Dundas, Queen. They also rebuilt the Spadina streetcar as well. And then, hey, there's a CN Tower. Let me zoom in on it. I saw it from a far distance not too long ago over at Rexdale. Look at that, man. You know what? This calls for a thumbnail picture with the tower. There is the Toronto Coach Terminal. It was the major bus terminal for intercity and provincial bus routes, but it closed down a year ago because they put a new bus terminal right by Union Station. It was also owned by the Toronto Transit Commission, but it's been sitting there abandoned with no plans of what's expected. But anyway, as I was saying about the streetcar system, they abolished it, but they kept the main lines.
See directly ahead.
Sorry. Guy was holding a fishing rod. I thought he was holding a tripod or something. Here's the atrium on Bay. My mom's aunt used to work here way back in the day. My mom told me that she would, you know, when they were living in, well, when her aunt was living in Whitby, she would come along with her for the drive to the commuter rail, and then they would take it all the way down here. I love the atrium on Bay. It has like a atrium that extends it to 9 floors, and they used to have a McDonald's here. Sadly closed a year ago. But atrium's pretty nice. Very 1980s too. Of course, it's part of the Underground Path Network, which is of course the largest underground shopping complex in the world. Alright guys, at this point I'm going to cross over to the other side of the bay. And there is the tallest skyscraper in the country, first Canadian place. Yonanda Square is over there as well. And the Eaton Center, my favorite shopping mall. And I'm there like probably 3 times a month. Okay, how should we navigate around this? Here's the Ted Rogers School of Management, part of my dad's alma mater, Ryerson University, and the Marriott Hotel. I think this is a historical building on the right. But they're doing some construction here. Yeah, here it is. And here is Toronto's City Hall. That is where our municipal government is located. Built in 1966. This is an example of 1960s brutalist architecture. It's so nice. And I was inside there for doors open back in May. Also on the other side of here is the old City Hall built in the 1890s. Look at that. And then, yes, it has a bell tower as well. Think of it like Big Ben, except this is much smaller. Always revving it up fast. So that means the bell tolls at the top of every hour. And of course, this is right in front of the City Hall is Nathan Phillips Square, named after the former mayor, Nathan Phillips, who was the mayor in the 1960s. And of course, Nathan Phillips hosts a lot of festivals and events here. And before COVID, they used to have fireworks shows. And over there are every single flags of the Canadian provinces and territories right there. I've only been to Quebec. No other province I've been to before. Also, my grandpa used to work here in this building for the city way back then, a long time ago. Again, that's the old City Hall. Its fate is kind of unknown, but there's a talk of getting rid of this and preserving a few, I don't know, I'm not even sure. There's the Eaton Center right there. It's changed a lot, and as we're coming up to Queen Street, there's a few things I want to point out, as I often do. This is like my hangout spot. You know, growing up, my mom and I would always come down here, walk around, check out Nathan Phillips Square, definitely the Eaton Center, hanging out the bay, and I'm doing this all by myself. I've been doing this for a really long time. Hey, the bell is tolling at 11:15. Oh, the icebergs have been removed. All right. There's the Toronto sign. I'm going to continue this down to either King or Front Street, and I'll probably duck into the path. There's the Canada Life Insurance building on University Avenue. Look at that, eh? And there is Queen Street. I'm going to take a little break here, and then I'll resume filming. There's, of course, the flagship Hudson's Bay store, formerly known as Simpsons. I'm gonna pick up a few things from here. The blue food truck isn't here either. Man, these life cycles are very short. So there's Old City Hall. There is the Simpson Tower. Of course, that used to be Simpson's headquarters. They recladded this entire tower a long time ago. It was also, when Simpsons folded in 1991, this was also the Hudson's Bay headquarters. Well, even though they're no longer maintained, well, they still have some small activities. This is my favorite Hudson's Bay location. I know it's changed a lot, gentrified, but I still come here to relax. All right, now we're in the city's financial district. And let me tell you, man, they've filmed countless movies around this, but I have seen some of the streets closed off for movie shoots and stuff, because they want to make Toronto look like New York, and after all, this is a great place to make Toronto look like New York. Again, this is NYC vibes. Okay, I'm gonna cross over to the other side. There's so much scaffolding here. Really annoying. So here is Richmond Street with a lone streetcar track. Of course, Richmond Street is a one-way going west, and not only street parallels here, goes east. First Canadian Place has, I think, 75 stories. It was 2 weeks ago that I took a last-minute ride on the elevator all the way to the top. My ears are kind of popping a little bit, but I wonder how much they will be popping when I go up the CN Tower. Okay, now my camera's at 1 bar. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do after this, but I will get this camera a rest, and maybe I'll duck into the path and walk up to maybe the Eaton Center. Maybe grab something to drink. I don't know about lunch though. Oh boy. It's really busy around here, especially at rush hour. By the afternoon, a lot of people are going to be out walking to like the Bean Center, nearby subway stations, Union Station. Yes, it's really sad that we haven't seen a lot of office workers return in person here, but it's slowly returning, especially, you know, with the path underground, because that's an important thing for these office workers here. This place was dead in the early days of COVID, including last year. Here is the second tallest tower in the country. We're actually in, well, Toronto too, St. Regis Hotel. And two, but next door here is Scotia Plaza, but you can't even see it though because it's blocked, obstructed. That opened in 1988. This is the Bay Adelaide Center too. Don't even know when it opened, but I know they're building a third tower right here. I am a bit of a fan of these our skyscrapers here. Alright, let's see if we can get that iconic CN Tower view from this corner. I am aware that they're building a new skyscraper that's going to unfortunately obstruct the CN Tower view, so I'm going to see if I can get that. And perhaps snap a picture, make it as a thumbnail, of course. Of course, this is owned by the Bank of Montreal. And here are the three TD towers, two of them designed by Mies van der Rohe. And there's a stunt. Some guy, I think he was a law scientist, he was trying to see if he could try breaking the glass, and he unfortunately fell to his death. Okay, well there's some of that CN Tower view. That's the last we're gonna get it from here before it's all obstructed by this new tower here. I love that. I still love that view though. And of course, here's King Street. Yeah, so right after this, I'm gonna charge my camera and give it a rest and go down to the back. Luckily, it's not actually too hot. Especially right now because I'm in the shade. So, of course, TD stands for Toronto Dominion Bank. There's Brookfield Place, aka the TD Trust Tower, built in 1967. The atrium of the Brookfield Place is stunning. It's very stunning. And Wellington Street's up ahead. I'm gonna do a walking video along there in the future. It's one of my long-awaited videos, or walking videos. Look at that reflective glass. Looks like copper to me, but I think it's still glass. This is Royal Bank Plaza. Interesting how Bank of Montreal was founded, of course, in Montreal, but it's headquartered here in Toronto. Quite ironic. I love the canyon and the look, the feel from those skyscrapers just towering over us. Especially as you can see them from like such far distances, like where it was in Rexdale earlier. And finally, we're coming down to Front Street where you'll find Union Station. Of course, we've talked about Union many, many times. And I was just here on Wednesday taking the GO train to Port Credit and back. Is that the 172 Esplanade? I think it is. Look at that, there's Brookfield Place. And Now, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna just leave it for now and probably duck to the path and grab something to eat or drink. Because I don't have anything to eat at home, so. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this this walking video. Of course, subscribe to my channel for more. As always, as I say in almost every single walking video, if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for your positive comments. Hey, there's the Union Summer Market. Hey, look at you, buddy boy. Yes, I'm talking about you, Mr. CN. Can't wait to climb up your ass next week. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay cool, stay safe, all the best. That's all I go, and peace out. Bye-bye.